Okay, the session is now recorded. So the topic that we'll be discussing for today is all about the bipolar junction transistor. So in this sense, we'll be discussing the physical structure of the BJT, analyzed the circuits, and how to design an amplifier. In this chapter, we will be also learning the linear amplification as well as the three basic ways of connecting a BJT. Now, a little bit history. Bipolar junction is a three-terminal device. So it was invented in 1948. So before the transistor, we have the diodes. Diodes are used as a back-to-back, uh, or diode is used for switching. Now, as we know that this is now a three-terminal, okay? So that before we discuss the FET, we'll be discussing the BJT. So what are the purpose of the BJT? More on signal amplification. That's why, for example, using this concept, if this is the signal, then let's say a transistor, okay, let's say a transistor here. Okay, let me write this. So what will happen? So if there is a transistor, the signal will be amplified. So meaning to say, uh, so now it will be become larger or simply amplified. So we need to consider that. No? We will also be discussing some of digital logics. Okay, the basic principle of this is the voltage between the two terminals to control. By the way, BJT or bipolar junction transistor is a current control device. Okay, so that always remember that that is a current control device. You're controlling the current, not the voltage, but the current. Okay, so you're familiar with the current as we already know. Okay, so now, uh, as we move forward for our topic, in this way, a three-terminal device can be used to realize a control source. Okay, now this is what I'm telling. If this is the signal, so we have a new signal here, as well as if we use in switching in square wave, that would uh the output. Okay, now remember the diode. The diode, for example, has two terminal device. This is the schematic symbol of diode. Diode is used for switching. This is called the anode part or the positive, the anode. Then this is the cathode. Okay, this is the cathode. So you say cathode, the negative part. Okay. Now, in the diode, if you recall the concept of the diode, this is the P region and this is the N region, where the majority carriers in the P region are holes, while the majority carriers in the N region are electrons. Now, in the BJT, we have three regions. We have the emitter, base, and collector. So imagine the symbol of the transistor, for example. This is an example of an NPN transistor. This is the emitter. This is the base. And we have, this is the C or the collector. Okay, so this is the transistor schematic symbol. Now, what is the equivalent? For example, if this is the NPN, imagine a diode, okay? Imagine a diode. This is the symbol of the NPN or the diode, for example. This is negative, this is N, then this is the P region. Now, we will be having interconnected with other diode because it is a diode, back-to-back diode. So, if the whole region here is P, then we have N. That's why, if you interconnect two diodes, it is equivalent to a transistor. But we have separate the component for that. So the semiconductor or the BJT is three-terminal device. Now, this is an NPN. How can you know that if it is an NPN? Look at the emitter. If the emitter is pointing outward, it is uh, we call this NPN. But if the arrow in the emitter is pointing inward, that is PNP. So later we will be discussing the two types of transistor. But as we already know, we have NPN and P-type or PNP. So this I said a while ago. This is the emitter, base, and collector. And this is the structure wherein in an NPN, the base region is the P-type. While the emitter, this is the emitter to base and the collector to base. Okay, so that is an example. Now, this is the PNP. You see the arrow is pointing inward. We call it that PNP, wherein the base region is N and the collector and emitter are P type respectively. Okay, so now what are the simplified structure and modes of operation? So we have three. We have the cutoff, saturation, and the active. Active is most likely used in amplification. So when we say active, uh, the emitter to base junction is forward and the collector to base junction is reversed. So how that is active? Cutoff, both emitter to base junction is or are reversed. While for the saturation, both EBJ or the collector base junction are both forward. So using that mode of operation, we can determine the operating mode of a transistor. So when we will be using active mode, it will be used for amplification, while cutoff and saturation are for switching. So cutoff of saturation is in on state. Okay, so that is how we understand. Okay, now as we know, how does the BJT work? Think of a faucet. I think you have saw a faucet. If you control the knob, the flow of the water will vary depending on how much release you would be using in your faucet. So the more you use the faucet, the more it will release water. So it will depend. So that's the job of the transistor. Anyway, since this is a current control device, you can see the current moving forward. Take note of the KCL. If you're familiar with the Kirchhoff's current law, when you say Kirchhoff's current law, if the current is pointing inward, that is positive. Let's say this is the node that we are referring to. Okay, this is the node. Okay, so this is the node. And then, for example, we have a current entering. Okay, so this the current entering, then a current leaving. So imagine this is the base current or the I sub B. Then this the I sub E. A sub C. Okay, mathematically, if the arrow is pointing inward, positive. Take note of that. That is positive if the arrow is pointing inward. Okay, so if the arrow is pointing outward, that is negative. Okay, again, take note of this so that you will be familiar with the concept. So that is outward. Now, as you notice, since this is IB, so that is IB mathematically plus IC. But take a look what is the orientation of the current at the collector. It is leaving the node. So meaning to say that is minus IE, equivalent to 0. Okay, now if you will notice, if this is equated, this is IC plus IB is equal to IE. So that, take note, IE is the largest current in the transistor. Okay? So the smallest is the base, but IC is approximately equal to I sub E. So take note of that. So the relationship of I sub E or the emitter current is approximately equal to I sub C. Okay? Now, so this is the active mode operation of the NPN transistor active mode. So active mode, when you say active mode, it is in what? Amplification state. That is amplification. Amplification. Okay, so meaning to say it is used to amplify the signal while the saturation is for switching because the transistor has two types of function, switching and amplification. So to have an amplification, you need to consider that it must be in active region. Okay, now as we move forward in our discussion, the collector current, as we know, is most likely is the approximately equal to I sub E. Okay, so now if we will be considering, for example, for each transistor, let's say this is an NPN. Okay, so we have a parameter here, for example. Okay, so this is now how can we solve? Usually, this is called the current gain. Okay, the current gain is the ratio of the output to its input. Now, in this scenario, what is the output and input? Okay, the input is the base current because this is the flow current, the flow of current starts. Okay, then the IC is the output or the collector current. Now, since this is the ratio, you need to divide I sub C over I sub B. Okay, because of the formula of I sub C is equivalent to beta IB. Okay? So that is the formula. Okay, as we further continue the topic, the base current is the smallest actually. Okay, but if you will buy a typical transistor, the beta or the current gain is somehow from 50 to 200. Okay, now if what does it implies if we have high value of beta? So it means thin base. It can be lightly doped. Okay, this is the emitter current, the largest among the three, where the collector current is approximately equal to I sub E, where the base is the smallest. Okay, now as we determine here, we can starting to discuss the relationship of alpha and beta. Now, you can notice that there are terms such as alpha. That is for common base current gain. When it's a common base, okay, so let me get my, what do you call this, my marker, so that I can discuss it easier. Okay, so let me get my marker so that I can write easier, and discuss this very important topic. Okay, so in this case, I hope you can note, this is the common base. When you say common base, we have the input. Okay, the input here for the common base, since the base is the common, so what would be the output? So if I'm not mistaken, the input is at the emitter, then the output is at the collector. Now for the beta, it is common emitter, where the input is at the base, where the output is at the collector. Okay, so the most likely that would be the relationship. Okay, so now as we continue, for VJT to operate in active, so what is the requirement for an operate in active? It must be in active region. Where the active region, usually the emitter to base is on, where we will be, listen, the collector to base will be in off state or reversed. So CBG must be reversed. That is the operation. However, values for small values of forward bias does not operate effectively. It will depend. Okay. So what else? Okay. So I think we will be, this is the collector current is in saturation and the base region. Okay. As we continue again. Now, as we, this okay, if you will notice, this is the region of operation. So the y-axis is the collector current, while the x-axis is the VCE. Then if you have here, that is the cutoff. So that happens if IB is equivalent to 0. So this is the base current following the KCL. We have I sub B plus I sub C minus I sub E is equivalent to 0. So take note of this. So we will be having a, let's say, I sub B plus I sub C is I sub E. So for this region, okay, so if the value lies between here, that is called saturated. Wherein, when you say saturated, the emitter base is forward and the collector base is also forward. It should be at least one of them. Okay, now, any question? Okay, so that we can continue. This is more on the operation. Okay, the cutoff, the base emitter is reversed, no current flow. Saturation, uh, the base emitter and common base are forward biased. While in the active region, the base emitter is also forward while common bar is reversed. Now, if both are reversed, that is cut off. Okay, so again, one of the equivalent circuit application of the transistor is not just amplification but also can be used as a switch. Take a load of the example of an NPN BJT switch. Okay, as we know, this is one of the application of an NPN BJT. Okay, so this is uh the free will diode and a relay. Okay, what else? So the application is to drive the motor. We use transistor through its switching and capabilities. So imagine a motor here, then we have a diode. So we can control the speed of the motor using the pulse width modulation. Okay. Another BJT application can be used as an inverter circuit. Okay. So if the voltage is zero or the transistor is at na cut off. But in contrast, if both or if the voltage is high, the transistor given into saturation and the output is equal to VCE. But it depends. This is one of the data specs, data sheets. Okay. Now, as we know, these are the examples of the BJT. We have the transistor casing, the medium power, and the medium to high. Okay, we need, by the way, holes to fix heat sink. That's why we have holes here. Okay, so these are the formula, I think. Now, this is an example of a circuit wherein we are asked to decide so that the current of 2 milliampere flows through the collector of a 5-volt voltage. So let me discuss this. Okay. So imagine this. So we asked to design a circuit so that a current flows. If we are familiar with the DC bias analysis. So what is DC bias or DC biasing? No? Okay. So one of the output of a DC bias, okay, is I think if we can move closely, uh, the DC biasing is somehow, I think, no capacitor applied to the input or the output or no coupling capacitor. Okay, and we have values here also. So what else? So since we are required to design for BC 5 volts, so the common base is reversed and the BJT will operate in the active mode. So how to solve that? Okay, using the formula to obtain a voltage of 5 volts, 15 minus 5 is equal to 10. Okay, so now using Ohm's law, 10 divided by 2 milliampere is 5 kilo ohms. Okay, then applying the BBE 0.07 and the emitter base negative 0.717 and IE and RE, okay, are also provided using this formula. So take that, you need to analyze and study. Okay, so I think we can have an example. Maybe okay, let's say we for those who have solutions already. Okay, so I think we can start here. This is an example of a common base where the input and output is located in the uh okay, so now let's try to analyze it. This is called the VCC or the supply. This is the RC and this is the RE. And this was likely the BBE. So what do we do is, since we will be using KVL, so 0 minus zero point 0.7 is equivalent to negative zero point 0.7 volt. Then for the IE, negative zero point 0.7 plus 10 divided by 10, which is the resistance. Okay, so we have 0.93 milliampere. But you can also compute individually. You can determine the I sub E and the I sub B. Okay, so now as we move forward, I think we can have an example here of a DC biased. Let me have a paint so that we can, okay, so let's say for example in this one, this is the circuit. This is an NPN. Okay, this is the R sub C, the base and the emitter, and the BCC. Okay, so this is the R sub B. Okay, so now, using the KVL, so that is VCC minus IBRB minus the VCE is equivalent to 0. Technically, this is the formula. Okay. Now, since this the BBE, since the BBE is 0.7 volts, okay, so that would be used. For example, this 9 volts. So that would be 9 minus, okay, so since the flowing here is I sub B, so that is Ohm's law, IBRB. Okay, then this is the ICRC. Okay, so basically that's how we solve or to analyze. Let's say we have this 100 ohms, this 10 ohms. Okay, so basically you can apply since we only have voltage, no current at all. Okay, so that is minus zero point 0.7, as you will notice. We can get first the value of IB. And through that, we can have a uh, presentation. So we have 9 minus zero point 0.7 divided by R sub B. That is mathematically aligned. Okay? And then the rest, you can compute for example, the beta, IBIC, or something like IC. That is beta IB. Okay, IC is equal to beta IB. Now, if you want to solve for the value of I sub C, okay, but we already have the parameter here, so you will just multiply. Since beta times IB is I sub C. Okay? So, any questions so far? That is that how we understand. Okay. So now as we move forward here, I think we already know the concept. Okay? So basically this is an example of a typical, but it's a common based. Okay? So similar with the concept. Okay? So you notice in this circuit we have 1.826 milliampere. And then by applying the BCE or the overall, so we have 10 minus 1.6, okay, times 4.7. Okay, so we already have the I sub C, then we have the R, the 4.7. So if we multiply 1.6 to 4.7, then the answer will be added to 10. So we have a value of the, if you will notice. Okay, so I think we can uh further, for example, give that scenario. Okay, so since this is uncommon base, 6 volt minus 0.7 is 5.3. Then another 5.3 plus 0.2 is 5.5. Okay, so any question, I think, so maybe I can have an example here again, or a PPT here. Okay, let me, okay, upload here. Okay, so now as we move forward with the discussion, okay, so this is the, for example, we have 12 volts. Then we have R sub C, which is 2.2 kilo ohms. Okay, with this the transistor, collector, base, and emitter. Now, for example, in this scenario, a fixed bias is used. Okay, and then we have the R sub B. Let's say the R sub B is 1 mega ohms. Okay, this is typical. So to solve for the problem here, we'll be using the KVL. So 12 minus IBRB first, minus VCE, okay, equivalent to 0. So that for the VCE, it will depend on the computations. Okay, most likely the VCE can be VC minus V sub E. Okay? So that is how we solve problem. Okay, so I think I can stop the recording here. Do you have any questions?